So William, what are you doing in this tube?
I'm extending my season.
We'll tell you more about this next on Garden Time. Welcome to Garden Time. So William, are you getting kind of warm in there?
Judy, I think I've lost about 5 pounds already.
We're at the Greenhouse Catalog in Brooks, and later in the show I'll be talking with Michelle about this tube that extends your growing season and helps protect your plants.
And you may have heard that the Portland Japanese Gardens is closed for the winter. We're going to tell you why.
Also coming up, we'll be showing you some new outdoor lighting for the holidays.
But coming up first, beautiful fall color with crepe myrtles.
I'm at Sagawa Nursery in Woodland, Washington, and we're Brian. And Brian, you know, we love crepe myrtles, and they're kind of done flowering this time, but man, you get a lot of extra bang with these.
They are. They offer so much more than just the flower. You know, they have the, you know, the crepe-like flowers in the nice clusters, comes in different colors, but it's one of those several interest trees or plants, and versatile as a tree or plant too. You can have a tree or big bush, and what's nice is the bark is one thing for winter interest.
Oh, look at it, it's very pretty.
And then we get, of course, the fall coloration is just starting now. I think as soon as it gets a little cooler, you're gonna start getting more oranges and reds, just covers the whole tree. And then the springtime you get the flowers, so.
And these are pretty nice, and they only get maybe 15, 20 feet, so kind of nice for a smaller garden.
Very nice for that small tree. You know, houses today, the lots are a little bit, they don't have as much side yards and things like that, but they also offer it in a kind of a semi-dwarf and dwarf forms also available.
Oh, so you have smaller ones too that don't get this big.
That's right. There's some that 4 to 6 foot, and you know, some 6 to 8 foot range and stuff like that. So.
And now, do we want to prune them at any time? Does that help with the flower production?
Oh, I think so. You know, they like to do that. You can see that 2-3 foot of elongation of. I mean, that's how you get a large tree. So you can easily keep it. You know, maybe think about trimming 1/3 of that back down and keep it a little more fuller and bushier. Otherwise, you can let it grow open and tall. But I think after flower is a good time to prune these back. So.
And we want to plant them now because it's fall. It's a great time to plant.
That's right. You got all this fall and winter to get them established, and they're going to do a lot better for the fall and spring and summer. So it's just better for them.
Yeah. So if you need some like late season interest for your trees, crepe myrtles are really a good one to put in, and right time is right now. So come on over to Sagawa Nursery, talk to Brian and his staff. Thanks so much, Brian.
Thanks, Judy.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Is your garden in need of refreshment? Hi, I'm Sarah, and there are plenty of things in bloom at Portland Nursery. Come check out our beautiful fall color to perk up your garden. At Portland Nursery, we consider fall the second season, and the gardening opportunities are endless. Establish next year's trees, replace lettuce and greens, or get a jump on onions and garlic. Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people, on 50th and Stark and 90th and Division, or at portlandnursery.com.
If you build it right. Build it to last. Don't just build it for yourself. Build it for the next generation. Build it with Par Lumber. And keep building the Great Northwest.
Par's deck sale is going on now with TimberTech starting at $219, Trex $229, and Cedar at $139 per lineal foot. While supplies last, visit par.com for details.
Why let the weather dictate when you can enjoy your garden? With a greenhouse by Solar Gem, you don't have to. Grow your dream garden year-round right in your own backyard. Our long-lasting fiberglass greenhouses are made for gardening enthusiasts of all skill levels and delivered right to your home. Solar Gem greenhouses need no assembly, are virtually maintenance-free, and come with a limited lifetime warranty. Call us at 800-383-3055 or find us on the web at solargemgreenhouses.com.
Our customers are looking for the most modern appliances generally, and we always seem to find that with Standard.
If we go to a big box store, they may have one or two of the manufacturers, but they don't have the full spectrum.
Any product we could think of needing for our home, we know we can find it here. If we have a specific request from a customer, we know that we can go beyond our specifications and find exactly what they're looking for.
Since 1947, we set the standard. Standard TV and appliance.
So I am up at the Japanese gardens on an absolutely beautiful morning. I'm here with Lisa Christie. And Lisa, what is it that you do for the gardens?
I'm the director of marketing here.
Now, I suspect that I've heard a lot about a closure happening. What is that?
So we are actually closed right now, and we will be closed until March 1st of 2016.
I'm going to take a leap of logic. That's because there's going to be some stuff happening, right?
We've got a construction project going, and we've had to stay closed for these first 6 months. And the entire construction will be done in spring of 2017. So this is an ongoing project. There's a lot of changes that's going to happen.
Now, we should be specific though. The changes are not happening to the gardens themselves, right?
That's right. That's right. The gardens themselves will remain untouched, and that's in an effort to preserve the garden's tranquility and serenity. Everything that's happening and everything we're building will be happening outside of the admission gate and up above at the hill.
So now the admission gate though is one of the things that you are going to completely change, which is a different thing. Where's that going?
The admission gate will be down at the bottom of the hill, making it easier for visitors to see and access the garden, and then allowing them to have a much more complete and connected journey into the gardens themselves. So as people go up the hill, they'll get a much more complete, cohesive, and serene experience.
So what else then is going on outside of the gardens? What is the other construction?
So the lion's share of the construction is happening outside of the admission gate up at the garden, and it'll be building a number of 3 LEED certified buildings that will house a tea cafe, workshops, seminars, a new retail shop, a place for classrooms, a library, a lot of things that are happening now outside of the garden, allowing the gardens themselves to remain the beautiful, quiet, kind of sacred space they are.
And I love that because there have been times when I've been here where it has been so busy that you almost lose some of the tranquility part. That's really going to help spotlight that tranquility of the gardens.
Exactly. We've been very fortunate that people really are seeking us out for that tranquility. But the more people seek us out, the less of a tranquil experience it becomes. So this allows us to take some of that burden off of the gardens themselves. People can come and get that really wonderful experience again that they're seeking.
Now, how are people going to find out what's happening? Where can they go to see the stages and see what's going on?
It's a great question. We set up a website specifically dedicated where people can learn about this project, why we're doing it, and everything that goes into it. It's called culturalcrossing.com.
Okay.
And on that site, we have a blog running that keeps people updated on the construction happenings, the buildings, just what's happening at any given moment, including a live webcam where if you want to know what's happening right now at the garden, you can go see that.
And I'm sure that when March rolls around next spring, there's going to be a big party here, isn't there?
There's going to be a big party. I will say, though, that it's just the beginning of really exciting time for us, because when people come in March of 2016, it won't be done. It's a big project happening. So they will still see some of the project underway and in transition, and it'll be finally done in 2017.
Well, you know, the Japanese Gardens is really one of the jewels of Portland. It's a beautiful place to go visit, and through the next 6 months, it's going to even become more beautiful and well into the future. Lisa, thank you so much, and for more information, you can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their websites. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I'm at the Greenhouse Catalog in Brooks with Michelle. Michelle, this is also the home of Solex Greenhouses.
Yes, it is.
So really, you have a cool project that's made with the material that you make Solex Greenhouses.
It is.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this is a piece of 5mm Solex. It came off the end of one of the larger rolls that we have.
Yeah, and so you have one right here.
Yeah. You can see it's got flutes, so it traps the air, so it's insulated, but it also diffuses the light. So any plant inside is going to get light around all the sides, not just the direction of the sun.
Ah, so it really does make a good greenhouse material.
It does. It'll accelerate the growth by
that is cool.
25% or so.
Wow, that's a really lot.
Yeah.
And so this project here is kind of made up with, you know, you had these ends, and what can we do to kind of help extend the season for people?
That's right. We just took a piece of PVC and we added it on the inside, and then we just overlapped the Solex and put a screw through it.
And then just tighten it all the way down so that it holds together. And so if we want to secure it in a garden, maybe we have to put a stake in the ground and then just kind of put the PVC pipe over it?
Yeah, this would fit right over the top of a piece of rebar, and you would be able to hold it down that way if there's a wind.
Ah, and so I think I could do this with my tomato plants and maybe even get all those green tomatoes ripened.
Very likely, and you can get an earlier start or put it over roses or any kind of tender crop too.
Michelle, how could we come and get this material from you?
Well, if you don't live nearby, you can go on our website. It's greenhousecatalog.com, and we do sell this by the linear foot, so we can ship it anywhere in the country.
And then what if we do live close by?
Then you can drop by and pick it up and save on shipping.
Ah, that is good. Well, if you have any other questions, please go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website, and you can contact them or stop in Brooks. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
Based on reviews, I found Capital. It was an excellent experience. I felt very comfortable, especially being a single woman.
Find adventure in the new 2016 Subaru Forester 2.5i CVT. Lease just $228 per month. Plus ski Subaru with 2 complimentary season passes to Timberline and Mount Hood Ski Bowl.
When I hear stories from other people about car buying experiences, they're horror stories. And mine, I just left with a big smile, and I've been smiling ever since. I got it my way on the Parkway.
Fall is a time to think of planting and planning. Planting new plants now will help them get a jump start on next year. Black Gold All-Purpose can help your plants get ready for winter and next spring. Formulated with a blend of natural and organic nutrients, it contains everything your plants and spring bulbs need for a happy and healthy start. Look for Black Gold All-Purpose at your local garden center or nursery. Black Gold, all the riches of the earth.
Are you tired of fighting black spot on your roses? Having trouble with where to prune and when? If you want to end the confusion, call the experts at Garden Rose Consulting. Our family has been growing roses for 3 generations. No matter the size of your garden or the size of the rose garden you dream about, we can help make yours a showcase rose garden. Call us for a free on-site consultation or visit us at gardenroseconsulting.com.
Well, I'm out at Jan McNeelan's, and so Jan, it's getting to be the end of October, so what's going on in this greenhouse here?
Well, it needs to be cleaned up, but I
It's a
brought
good time
a
of
whole
year.
lot of things in from outside so I can clean them up in preparation for taking many of them in the house under the grow lights for the winter.
That is true.
But I had some lettuce growing in this planter, and then it was all done, and then I found a handful of onion sets that I hadn't planted in a vegetable garden.
happens
and so
sometimes.
I just thought, well, shoot, I'll put them in here and see what happens, and it looks like we're going to have some green onions.
And that's kind of nice to have some fresh things in your greenhouse for the winter
Finish it up. And I don't do that very much. I need to think about what else I could be doing in the greenhouse at the end of the season.
It's a nice space to have. You're
Right.
lucky to have it. And so what about houseplants? Because it is that time to bring them in.
Well, it's time to bring them in, and this is a gardenia that's been out in the cold frame all summer.
Looks
And
nice.
I'm going to take any kind of debris that's in here, some fir needles and
Clean it up.
say leaves, clean it up. I'm going to probably prune it some.
Okay.
And then take it in, fertilize it, and put it under the grow lights, and it'll give me some winter bloom.
And do you want to look for insects, or do you want to wash them or spray them?
Take a look. If you've got anything, then you don't want to bring it in to spread to your other houseplants as well. So you can hose them off if you want to, but I just do some examination and see if there's anything. And as far as I know, there's nothing on these
That
but
is a
you want to
good
make
idea.
sure you're not bringing slugs in or anything like that.
Right.
And this is a streptocarpus that just needs to be cleaned up, and the
It even has a little bit
yeah.
color there, so it's kind
Yeah.
of nice that
some of the old flower stalks off of it.
take it off.
And I could do some propagation here and do some dividing and then put it under the lights for the winter.
That is nice. And do we have to have certain kind of lights? Can you just use regular light bulbs, or should you get the grow
No,
lights?
you need the grow lights
Okay.
for the full spectrum so that they're getting everything that they need.
And then they're a little bit more healthy.
Yeah, those cheap shop lights work really well. You just get a grow light to go in
Definitely.
and it works really well.
That is good. And I'm noticing you have a begonia in here too. Did it stay in all summer?
No, it's been outside, and
It's looking
just
really
been,
great for this
yeah,
late of
it's
year.
great. It's been the best plant I've ever had. I just bought it in a pot and put it in this clay pot, and it's just bloomed its little head off all summer long.
That's nice. And really, this is late for a begonia to be going,
is.
so it's really nice that it's
Yeah,
still going.
It's been a good one.
Well, I think we should go out in the garden and see what's happening out there.
There's more to see.
All right.
All right.
Now, Jan, I see that you have your Christmas cactus still outside, so why isn't it inside yet?
The longer and the cooler it stays, then it won't pop and bloom. And I know that there's Christmas cactus, Thanksgiving cactus.
Right.
This is going to be a Halloween cactus because
how innovative.
as soon as I bring it in, it's going to pop. So I've just left it out here as long as I can. It hasn't been that cold yet.
Yeah, well, it's gorgeous. And
Yeah.
then I see you got tomatoes in your hand, so really tomatoes now.
Yeah, I still have the chocolate cherry tomato that's on the grafted plant, the grafted rootstock. And it's huge. It's
Look how long that
yeah,
is.
look at that.
Wow.
And
that's a
so
lot.
I could cut this at the top here, but I'm just going to let it go and see how far it goes and how long it goes.
Yeah, why not?
Yep.
And then we have to talk about the ash whitefly. We've gotten a lot of questions. Everybody's got questions about it. So what are you hearing from OSU?
Well, I haven't had very many in our yard, but I've seen them, but I've also been in clouds of them in the Fred Meyer parking lot.
Sure.
And what we're seeing right now is that the adults are beginning to overwinter on evergreen shrubs, and they're coming off of the deciduous shrubs, and those are the ones they feed on. Whether or not they're really doing any major damage, the jury's still out on that. At this point, we're saying not to spray.
Okay.
There is a parasitic wasp that can be released
Great.
by the Department of Ag. When they get to that point, right now it's just being monitored. But it is something that's been very successful in other places where within a year to two they're gone.
Ah, well, great hope.
So yes, and
That
so
is
the
great.
main plants that they're on are Oregon ash, ornamental pear, hawthorn, and flowering quince.
Ah.
And then there's some other ones they're on. But they're only on deciduous plants for that much, and you're going to lose the leaves anyway. So sweep up the leaves that fall, and we'll see what next year brings.
Yeah, so don't get so worried about it. It's really being monitored. Go to OSU website. There's bulletins to look at. You can go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over there. So you heard it from Jan, so we'll see what's going on with it next year too. So
Okay.
thanks so much for all the
right.
information.
You're welcome.
So I'm standing in one of the beautiful healing gardens from Legacy Health. I'm here with Theresia Hazen, and thank goodness, Theresia, that you guys planned for inclement weather because it is raining out, but we have this wonderful little gazebo that we're standing under.
That's right, and it's important at the Legacy Gardens to have protection from the rain, the wind, the sun, because we want patients and families and visitors and the employees to use the gardens 24/7 every day of the year.
And in Oregon, it's going to rain.
That's right, and we're into fall
We
rain
are
now.
indeed. So now we're going to be talking about what, I'm going to screw this up, but I'm going to try. The 5 fall fabulous plants, was that it?
That's right, or it could be the 5 fabulous plants of fall in the Legacy Garden. So I want to start with green beans. Patients and families are enjoying coming out and picking green beans right now to eat. They're still hanging
and see,
on.
I wouldn't have thought of that, but
Yes.
you're right, because I do it in my garden. I go and grab some and eat.
That's right, and that's what they're for. Another fabulous plant right now are the crepe myrtles. They're just finishing up, but great small shrubs, large shrubs, and small trees.
And a
too.
good selection of colors from white to red.
That's right. We have many colors in all the Legacy Gardens. And here at the Children's Garden at Emmanuel, the fuchsias right now are one of our fabulous fall plants. And we're finding that most of our fuchsias come back year after year now.
Yeah.
Oh, another one are fall asters. We have several varieties of fall asters. And again, these are all available right now too, I notice, at the garden centers.
True.
Another one here are the turtle head. The children enjoy
I
this,
love that.
talking about the turtle head and feeling that. And probably a last one would be the rudbeckias here. They're just our old standbys, comforting, familiar fall flowers.
And Teresa, you are a big proponent and believer in year-round gardening and really spending a day, every day, in the garden a little bit.
Right, time in the garden every day to walk, bend, stoop, reach, study, explore all of the senses, smell and touch, and listen to the hummingbirds. This is all about really good health and well-being.
And it really is a balance when you go out to the yard, because things really change physically and mentally inside of us when we do that.
That's exactly right. There are just powerful health benefits of being in nature every day.
It's true. Well, you know, we're out here a lot at Legacy Health, and we love their gardens. So for more information on where they're located and the ones that are open to the public, where you can go and visit and see them yourself, you can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. Teresa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bring the whole family to Bauman's Harvest Festival, the #1 pumpkin patch and fall festival in the Northwest. Go through the dark maze, ride the swing lines, or try our new Pumpkin Hollow Laser Adventure. We are open every day to Halloween. Be sure to come down for some fresh apple cider, delicious pies, and find your perfect pumpkin. There's food, fun, and dozens of activities all over the farm, so make a day of it. Bauman's Harvest Festival is located just 5 miles from the Woodburn exit. Go to baumansharvestfestival.com.
Every year, trees fall or break, causing property damage, power outages, and injury.
Now is the time for Bartlett Tree Experts and Collier Arbor Care to get your trees ready for the extreme conditions ahead.
Our free consultation will help to spot the signs of potentially hazardous trees.
We can help address problems before they occur. Whether it's trees or shrubs, we can help you get a healthy and beautiful garden.
Collier Arbor Care and Bartlett Tree Experts, providing environmentally safe tree care since 1907.
You know, it is getting to be that time of year again where we're all thinking about outdoor and indoor Christmas lights. You know, we always try to keep things that are current for you, and we found this Sparkle Magic Illuminator light, which all you have to do is plug it in, and it looks like you've hung hundreds and thousands of Christmas lights all over the walls, both indoor and out. Bam! There it is.
You know, usually if you're going to be putting lights outside, the weather is bad, it's cold, it's dark, and really this is so easy to put right in front of your house, and it goes about 25 by 25 feet. And it also comes in 3 different colors. So here's the green, it also comes in red and blue. What's really cool about it is there's many patterns to choose from, and all you do is take off the cap, and then there's a little knob to just change the pattern to many different selection. When you purchase the Sparkle Magic, it comes with complete directions on how to use it and how to use it safely.
So for more information on this great holiday light, which can really be used any time of the year, go to gardentime.tv and we'll give you the website and the phone number. So I am here with Wayne, and we are at the beautiful Lonesomeville Pottery. And so we're going to be talking today, Wayne, because one of the things that people may or may not know is around your whole place here, you have some amazing gardens, which I'm going to assume don't just happen. You guys put some work into them. So this is a tip on how to prepare for winter. What are we going to do?
I would just like to say that, you know,
you're just going to go completely off the whole winter thing there, aren't you?
Yes. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't really know what you said. I would just like to say I'm back by popular complaint.
Well, that is
true.
That is the true thing.
People think I don't have an interesting thing to say. Okay, it's a good point. I actually don't.
But what we do have is this. I see this beautiful abutilon.
Every year in our garden, somebody says like, "Oh, you've got such beautiful abutilon," and I'm like, "Thank you." And they're like, "How do you keep them so beautiful?" And I'm like, "None of your business."
So I'm going to assume that you have abutilons here and pruners. There's going to be some cutting.
First, this is Danny. Don't introduce him.
I won't. I don't even know.
He's very shy. So our assistant Danny is going to do what we do with the abutilon every year. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hurry. Hurry. He's going to cut it down. Da-da-da-da. This is what you need to your abutilon because the tips of these will freeze. So you get it nice and low, and then you cover it with hay. And by the way, I normally save these bales for our very special sale that will be on the 24th. Huh?
Oh,
good.
You tied that right in there,
Did.
which I have to tell you is an amazing sale happening today. So if you have the chance,
it's
come out.
It's not happening today. It's happening on the 24th.
Bless your heart. This is when it airs.
But I just said the 24th. So you're just rolling right over my line.
We're going to do that again. This is really a great sale that is happening today starting at 5 o'clock. So you've got to come out and visit them. Wonderful stuff to purchase.
So then, after you cut it down, speaking of cutting it down, I think that's what they're going to do with this episode.
Do you think so?
Probably. Then you lightly froth it.
And you're just tossing it on there.
Then you take netting that I often use for my hair, like on windy days. You don't want it to blow away.
No, that would be wrong.
Put this
that
on
just would not look right.
Really?
If it blew away, it'd be wrong. Oh, you didn't wear it today, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, right.
You're so critical. Then we take our netting. You can get this netting at any store. Well, probably not a clothing store, but you can definitely get it at like a hardware store. It's for like keeping birds out of plants.
Oh yeah. In fact, a lot of nurseries sell it.
And then you put it over this. And why are we doing this? Why are we doing this, William?
I'm going to say something about wind.
Oh, excellent. You would be kind of correct. So then you have to stake it down with something. Then you just
You're just cramming them in the ground right through the netting.
Okay, well, I've paraphrased.
And then,
but let's say this is how it looks.
Okay, that's how it looks. So Wayne, at what time of year then would you start taking that off? Like after the frost took over?
After all chances of frost are gone. Then you would go ahead and take this off. Because, they're tender, but they've got quite a root system. Yeah. They are, may I make a plug for Butylon?
Yes.
They are a wonderful plant. They are tough as nails. They will bloom all summer long. We have plenty of
They're blooming now.
examples of them in our garden if the cameraman's not too lazy to go take a couple of
I'm
pictures
sure he'll
of
get
them.
some. They really are beautiful.
That's going to happen.
So that's a great way for you to use some simple tools that are right around your house to really protect some of those plants that might be a little bit iffy if they can make it through the winter. And remember, today at 5 o'clock is when they're going to have the wonderful sale that they have every year. Come out, you can get Halloween decorations, you can get beautiful pottery. And for that information, go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to the website. I've got to tend to the child next to me here. Thank you so much, Wayne.
Thank you for watching today. And if you have any other questions about the Solex material for the Grow Tube, please go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over to the Greenhouse Catalog website.
And if you missed the webinar about our trip to Ireland next summer, it is on gardentime.tv, so you can catch up on all the questions you have that you might have missed by going to gardentime.tv.
We thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week on Garden Time.
Judy. Oh.
Garden Time is going to Ireland. Join William and Judy as they tour the Emerald Isle, visiting some outstanding private and public gardens. For more information, go to gardentime.tv and click on the airplane. The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.